This tutorial is going to take you through the science tasks for this term. Okay, this is the Survival in the Environment unit. Students will be asked to create an ebook on a selected animal or plant, detailing the special features which make it well adapted to its environment. Included in the task and criteria sheet are supporting materials, namely web links, which are useful to find out background information on a variety of different animals and plants, and the template for the research notes that students can use to take notes on the individual animal or plant that they choose to research. And they can be printed out from the task and criteria sheet. For the research part of the task, there's a number of websites that are listed here. One useful one is a database that the college subscribes to, which is the Britannica database. It requires a username and password, which are in the task and criteria sheet. If I quickly just demonstrate that now. Okay, so you're required to put that in. And it breaks up the research into three different categories. Primary and middle are most suitable for our purposes. If I just go to an example animal, it gives us reliable information and it breaks it up nicely, particularly for our task. We have to find out habitat, diet, adaptations and interesting facts on our chosen plant or animal, and this website does that nicely and provides us with easy to use information for the students that they can then focus on note taking. So that's one of the websites recommended there, and students might be required to research outside of those listed websites as well. Now they're required to make an ebook as the final form of presentation for their assignment. I just want to demonstrate that part of the task on the iPad now. Okay, the app that we'll be using to create the ebook is called Book Creator. To start your new book, up the top left, tap on New Book. There are a variety of different book shapes that you can choose. Portrait's probably the most suitable for the task. It just gives us a blank template. Over here on the top right, on the plus button, is where we can add different features, including text. So if I just go to the text feature now, add in the title of our book, and click Done. Okay, so there's our title. We can change that by going up to the I and change the size of the font using the slider. Colors, etc., alignment can all be changed here. So just tap off that on the page. Okay, so there's our title. If we wanted to add in a picture there, we can also do that by going to the plus button again, and you can see that photos can be added. You can use the live camera, the pen tool to draw, and later the add sound feature for audio book recording is very useful as well. So I'm just going to leave that fairly simple at the moment. I'm sure that you can use these features, the students can use these features to customize that to make it look like a good front cover. Okay, so the next part would be to go to a new page to add in your research on your chosen animal. So one important thing to note when adding in your text is to add in text in sections. That allows you to alter the layout more easily later. So you don't want to add all your text in just one text box. That limits your ability to customize the layout. So when you add the text, for example, you might add in, say I was going to do the camel. So I'll add in my title. I can then customize the size of that again. Okay, when I'm happy with that, I can just move that over a little bit. And I'd leave that as one separate text box. Then I would add in as a separate text box say my first area of research, which would be its diet or habitats. Let's put diet in now just for an example. Okay, I could alter that again to make it a subtitle size. Okay, and just maneuver that around a little bit to tidy up my layout. Once again, then you could add in your plain text beneath it. So the beauty of doing it in separate text boxes information is that it then allows you to move things around later on to customize the layout of both pages. Otherwise, it's very limited in what you can do in terms of changing that layout. A picture could be added from here as well. So you would have needed to have gone previously to the internet and downloaded pictures that are suitable for your project. I've got a few here in my camera roll already, so I might just choose one of the camel and add that in. By using the handles in the corner, I can then alter the size and reposition as I need to. The eye feature really allows you to customize anything that you have highlighted at the time. So before we had the text highlighted, if I'm just on the page as I am now, if I click on that eye, it will allow me to change the background color for the pages and a few other features to help with your layout. So that can be done just through there, and you get the idea. Okay, so that's text and images. Now, with the ebook as a way of displaying the students' information, it also gives us the ability to make it multimedia presentation. So apart from still photos and text, we can also, via the photos input, add in videos. Via the add sound input, we can record our voice. So it might be the student wants to record the adaptations of the animal or the interesting facts that they've discovered. So that can then be done through the add sound if you want to. It's the quickest way to do that. So tapping on add sound, it then allows you just to click to start recording. So click OK to allow access to the microphone, and we're away. And I'm recording now. And I'll just finish with that and say, do you want to use this recording? Yes. And then that will pop up as a little audio icon, which can then be moved and then played again. And we're away. I'm recording now. Okay, so very quick way to add audio straight into the ebook. So that's text, images, and sound. As I said before, via the photos input, video can also be added. So harnessing the students' creativity and imagination, they might use a variety of different apps to record information about their chosen plant or animal. For example, we've looked at Puppet Pals before. So if I just go to that app, and I just do a very quick mock-up example, so I'll just press to start. I'll need to bring in, so for the camel, I'd need to bring in my own character for the camel, so I'll go add actor from photos and choose existing image. Now I've already got a little clip art version of a camel there that I can put in, and I'll just do a rough crop here. And there's my camel, should be the last one in there, so I'm just going to deselect that tiger and select the camel and go to the next stage, which is finding a suitable habitat picture. And if I flick through, there might even be one that's already here that I could use without having to find one from the internet, and that looks fairly suitable. So I'll click on that and click next. And I've got that left over from last time, so I'll just move that out of the road. Here I've got my camel and I've got my background. So I could use the recording tool here to perhaps in the first person as the camel talk about my particular adaptations which make me suitable for my environment and allow me to survive in that habitat, and record that. So I'll just do just a quick little recording now. So this is the camel. It has long eyelashes to protect itself against windstorms in the desert. Press stop on that and save it. Okay, just click yes. And here it's popped up, and I'll export that so it's in my photo library. And once it's in my photo library, okay, super, I'm able to use that in Book Creator. So if I go back to Book Creator now, and I click on the plus button and photos, in my camera roll or videos, I can select that little Puppet Pals video, play it if I want to preview it, or click use to add. And after it's done a quick compression, it will position itself somewhere, and I can then reposition that wherever else I feel I'd like to add it. So that's an example of using a different app to present your information, all of which can be compiled together in Book Creator. I'll just show you one more app. There's many on the iPad that the students could use, and you'd encourage them to utilize different apps that they found suitable to them. But another one is, if I just close Book Creator for a minute, another one, a simple one, is called Sonic Pics. And it's if you want to do a photo story type presentation. So click on Sonic Pics, and it's a very quick way to add in a photo story. So if I tap here where it says to create a new project, give it a title. Okay, tap to edit image title. I want to add images first though, so I'll click down here on add images. Once again, go to my camera roll, and what I've done is save in advance a few pictures of individual features of the camel that I'd like to highlight as special physical adaptations. So I'm just going to tap on those one after the other. And so that they all will pop in, and click done. And there my photo is ready to go. And I click up here because I want to do an audio recording to accompany those still images. And at the bottom, which isn't you can't see it on this recording, but at the bottom there's a little red recording button, which I would then press. And then I could say the camel has nostrils which you can close up so that sand does not get in its nose, etc. I've just lost my vision there for a minute. which will sometimes happen if you're doing a live recording on the screen. Okay, back again. Just while you're recording, it just disappears from the computer screen. So once I've done that, I click save, and then there's my final video. Press down here on the share icon and save to library, similar to Puppet Pals. That will now be in my camera roll. So if I just close that app, and if I go back to Book Creator, once again using the plus button and the photo input, I have that little photo story there that I created in Sonic Pics quite quickly, available for me to use in my ebook, and I can reposition that as well if I need to. Okay, so that gives you, I just won't move that just for now. That gives you a little bit of an idea of the variety of ways in which you can go about presenting your information in Book Creator. Okay, that ends my tutorial for today. I'll follow it up with another one later on. Thank you.